serial killers in German history, operating between 1918 and 1924. Haarmann's reign of terror over Hanover was marked by sadistic brutality, and his method of killing was just as chilling as that of Kürten. Unlike Kürten, however, Haarmann's motives and methods were disturbingly intimate and systematic, adding an even darker layer to his already twisted crimes. Early life, a troubled past. Fritz Haarmann was born on October 25, 1879, in Hanover, Germany. His early life, much like Peter Kürten's, was characterized by dysfunction and trauma. Haarmann grew up in a broken home with a harsh and abusive father. His father was an alcoholic who frequently mistreated him and his siblings, setting the stage for a lifetime of emotional instability and violent tendencies. Haarmann's criminal behavior started early. As a teenager, he was involved in various petty crimes, and by the time he was an adult, he had already been arrested multiple times for offenses ranging from theft to assault. Despite his criminal history, Haarmann managed to hold a variety of jobs, including work as a tailor and a laborer. But his dark inclinations were never far from the surface. Haarmann's sexual orientation and his troubled relationship with his own identity played a significant role in his later crimes. He had a disturbing attraction to young men, particularly those on the fringes of society. It's believed that this sexual frustration, combined with his deep-seated hatred for authority and societal norms, drove him to commit his gruesome murders. The crimes began. A sadistic hunger. Haarmann's killing spree began in 1918, shortly after World War I, in a time when Germany was struggling with political instability, economic hardship, and social unrest. The war had left many young men displaced, and Hanover became a place where lost souls, many of them homeless and destitute, wandered the streets. This is where Haarmann's terrifying habit began. He began luring young men, particularly runaways, and those looking for work, into his apartment under the guise of offering them shelter or employment. Once he had his victims in his grasp, Haarmann would sexually assault them before murdering them. His method of killing was as shocking as it was personal. Haarmann would often bite his victims on the throat, an act he claimed was a form of control. He would then strangle them and mutilate their bodies in horrific ways. Haarmann's signature was his tendency to bite into the victims' throats, earning him the vampire moniker. He later disposed of the bodies, often dismembering them and throwing parts into the Lean River, hiding the evidence from the police. While many of his victims were killed inside his own apartment, some were even found in public spaces, further showing his brazenness. What made Haarmann's crimes even more disturbing was the complete lack of remorse. He viewed his victims as disposable objects